Hi, today I'm explaining about the bouncing ball action with shades. Okay, so yesterday the bouncing ball assignment I explained you clearly, that too in frame by frame. Okay, let us see that. Suppose by pressing Control Enter, check your bouncing ball action. Okay, this is your bouncing ball, but the ball is in a normal the flat color. It is bouncing, animating, but we have to add the light and shadows. Suppose light is coming from top direction, the ball can take the light in an opposite direction on ground along with this ball. The shadow also can move. Okay, so that we have to do now. So I'll explain how to do that. Okay, so this is our layer. Okay, ball layer. So here, so what I'm doing, I'm creating one more layer here. So otherwise you can copy this, right click on that, copy layers. Okay, layers copied, or otherwise a duplicate layers. Suppose duplicated, the duplicate layer drag down. So name the shade, ball shade. Right, now what you do, you lock this for time being and you come here. Suppose these are all balls, okay, but the flat balls, plain balls. Here what I am doing, select this and I want to apply the shade of that. Suppose here I am applying this. Otherwise, if you want to change this color, you can change by choosing your own color. So here suppose okay, and now what I am going to do, select this gradient transform tool so that you move this color up to there. Suppose this you can, yes, here. Suppose this shade and down, and this highlight is on top. Here highlight, because the light is focusing, falling on ball from top, and this is a bottom portion. Okay, all right, see this, this is okay. Right, here what we do, you can remove this outline, and if you want change this color also, you can place any other color, suppose like a bit pinkish. Okay, and here it must be and pink highlight. Alright, this is good. Okay, now what we do, the same color we have to add for all the drawings. Okay. So you select this, suppose take with the eyedropper tool, you take this color and come here and apply, come here and apply. So do this for all the frames. Suppose this can be the top position, so that you turn this side, sorry, you turn this, you rotate this for the top. Yes, this must be here, right? Right. So take this with the eyedropper tool and you can fill this color. You can fill this color for all the areas. Right. So this we can turn according to the light source, according to light source. Right. Okay, this we can turn this. I guess that the lighter portion must be on top. The lighter portion must be on top. Right. So take this with eyedropper again and come here and apply. And you should rotate this. Suppose you can move this down. Okay, right. And take with eyedropper and do for the same for all same drawings. Okay, so here you can rotate again this. Yes. So lighter part must be on top. Right? So just you can follow what I am doing. I am giving the light direction always, because all the ball poses, for all the ball poses, light is coming from the top direction, so that I am giving the same light every time for all balls. Yes, do this for all the balls. So make it Control S and do the same for remaining balls. Sometimes accordingly we have to change the direction of the light. Okay. Yes. Right. Right. And then few more frames you have to do. So we do that, and it is coming in opposite. So we turn this and give the direction, light direction. Okay, right. And here it is. Change this light direction. Okay. Anyway, these are the bouncing balls with the changed colors. Let us check what is happening. Yes, so if you observe the ball, the light is focusing on top of the ball edge. Okay, definitely because of the highlight light, the shades will appear on down portion, on ground. That too, along with the ball, we have to give the shade. Yes, for that what we are doing, so I already copied this but here what I am doing, so remove all the lower duplicated shade frames, remove except one. This is enough for me. And here what I am doing, unlock this. Okay, unlock this and apply down arrow So the shade ball is coming down, then press Q, okay, and you change the shape and reduce the size also, because the ball is at topmost height, the shade must be smaller. When the ball is forwarding, coming down, obviously shade also will increase in size wise, okay. And here this area shade must be more wider, and slowly it is going up, and slowly shade size also must give the small. And at the top edges, these top edges, because in opposite to gravity, the ball is going upside, the shot must be smaller, okay. So that is the rule. Okay, now this is my shade for this, okay. But suppose this is the line for the ball, under this line your shade must appear. So for that, this shade must be down, and press Q and give this size, okay. Yes, Control S. Now what we are doing, unlock this also, so that you will understand this, and here this also. Now what you do, insert keyframe, so that your shade is duplicating, and you can apply the right arrow, so that exact the same position you have to move your shade. Yes, and next, insert keyframe, and you can move this shade also. It must be under that ball, okay. But one thing you have to do, so don't forget that. So here this must be in black, this must be in black. So this is in black, okay. Suppose I'll remove this, because I have to fill the color black. So what we do, this we can select here and you can apply now. Insert keyframe, insert keyframe, and you can move bit with right arrow, okay, and then give one more insert keyframe and give the space, because it must be under that ball, and again insert keyframe and move this shade also, and here insert keyframe and move this, and must be bait switch on the onion skin. Okay, so here it must be a bit wider, because the ball is increasing size wise when it is passing down. the here insert keyframe. Okay, this you can move up to here, and increase this size, and here insert keyframe, and you can increase more. Okay, Control S and right click and insert keyframe. Okay, so you move this along with the ball and reduce this size bit. Okay, right, and here insert keyframe and move right, it's smaller, and again insert keyframe, so move right, so because under this ball your shadow must be. Okay, that is very important. And here insert keyframe and move this, and here insert keyframe and move this, insert keyframe and move this, insert keyframe, move this, and again insert keyframe and move this, insert keyframe, move this, and give bit bigger size. Yes, insert keyframe, insert keyframe, it must be wider, insert keyframe, insert keyframe, it is going up and must be bit smaller. Okay, and here insert keyframe. Okay, right, insert keyframe, insert keyframe, insert keyframe, insert keyframe, and it is bit bigger the size wise, and here it is insert keyframe, it must be wider. Okay, and here insert keyframe, okay, and here insert keyframe, and here suppose this you move it out, and this is insert keyframe. Okay, and here insert keyframe and should go out, and here insert a blank keyframe. Okay, right. So control S, and let us check control enter. So what is happening? Fantastic. See here, along with ball or shade also animating at the same way, size wise also it is showing the difference. At the top position ball is smaller size, it's coming down, shadow also increasing. This areas shade in bigger state, at the top positions it is in small size. So good, this is nice. Control S. Now what we do, I'm adding some background here, because my bouncing ball is over, so that is the reason I don't want this, I don't want to see this path. For that, suppose see here in the layer, even if you switch up the visibility also, in control enter, in final animation preview, it is showing. To avoid to that, so what you do, on that layer right click and add guide. See, the guide means this symbol it is showing. Now it is not coming into your final animation. Okay, right. So here I am using one background, like so background. I'm creating one layer here, so drag down. Okay, and with this is my shade. This must be bit lighter, okay, and this control C, and in another layer, suppose this is floor, I'll creating one more layer here, and control shift V, the pasted that. Okay, and now what we do, you can increase this. This can be a in different color. Suppose this. This can be down and this can be up. Suppose this is wall, blue wall like. Okay, and now remove this line, so check this, control enter, see, and your floor you can increase the floor also. So what we do, let's lock this, increase the floor, yeah, because the ball must be over on the floor. Yes, this is nice. Okay, but this background I want bit darker, because the ball visibility is very less. For that, what I'm going to do, I'm adding weight dark. Now if you see this, control enter, yes, this is nice. Okay, and now this bouncing ball text, I want to change this text. This must be in almost in white, that too a bit aside. Okay, right. Yeah, this I think some other color I want to do. Let us check. Yes, yes. This is good, but this the floor length a bit decreasing. Now let us check. Control enter. Yes, this is nice. The more space it is creating. Yeah, this is bouncing ball action with shade. So we created the shade along with the bouncing ball. Yes, so this animation is very important for the animators, for the animation students. Okay, so you also have to create your own bouncing ball, then you can add shadow also. Okay, so in the next class I'm going to explain about the pendulum action, because the pendulum action is also very important. Okay, so try yourself, and if you have any doubt, please ask. Thank you.